What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Tigers Den podcast. I'm your host, Big C Gang. Before we get started, you know what we got to do. Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're brand new, and don't forget to drop down that description box. Hit your boy up on Twitter and Instagram at Big C Gang. Big shout out to the Noti Squad. I see y'all, man. Thank you guys for showing so much love in those comments. I really do appreciate it. Well, our Tigers moved to 5-1 overall, 4-0 in the Sun Belt Conference after beating University of Louisiana Monroe. 50-40 was your final. Man, this game was a lot tougher than what everybody thought it was going to be. Philip Austin finished 18 of 29 for 284 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. He had an off day throwing the ball. He threw 3 interceptions to the same corner every time. And it was on the curl route every time. As a freshman, I expect this from him. He's going to have these tough games, but I expect him to bounce back in our next one. On the ground, we continue to dominate. Charlie Brooks led the way, 24 carries for 150 yards, 3 touchdowns, all in the first half. Phil Austin, 12 carries for 84 yards and a touchdown. And William Higgins showing his worth, man. He's balling out, 9 carries, 53 yards, and 1 touchdown. Again, our ground game is so solid, and it's going to be hard for teams to beat us if we continue to run the ball like this. Out wide, Demetrius Gunn led the way with 6 grabs for 80 yards and a touchdown. Higgins had 5 catches for 57 yards, and Khalif Salmon had 4 catches for 56 yards. And big shout out to Malik Rout, 2 catches for 78 yards, including a 52-yarder that set up a touchdown for Charlie Brooks. On defense, Josh Carey was a man. 13 tackles, 5 TFLs, and a sack. He was all over the field. He was in their backfield. So was my man Smith, the safety, 10 tackles, 4 tackles for loss. Shout out to my guy Brandon Varner. He had 6 tackles and 3 sacks on the day. And all the defensive line had 7 sacks. This was the most sacks I think we've had in one game in this dynasty. And I'm just proud of the D-line because they came to play and they got after the quarterback. And shout out to Percy Cargo. He had a tough day, but he had an interception in this game. Taking a look at the team stats, both teams went over 500 yards of total offense. The Tigers defense held ULM to 4 of 13 on third down, while the GSU offense went 10 for 11 on third down. In all, Austin had 4 turnovers on the day, but we still were able to walk away with the W. Taking a look at your top 25 for this week, Stanford still sitting at number 1, followed by Missouri. They move up 1 spot. Florida State moves up 3 spots to number 3. Washington stays the same. They're at 4. Michigan rounds out your top 5. Oklahoma, after their loss to Ohio State, falls 5 spots to 6. Clemson is 7. Alabama goes up to 8. Notre Dame is 9. And the Ohio State round out your top 10. Grambling is moving up the board. They are number 28. Number 28 right now behind Georgia and BYU. So, again, we keep winning. We will be ranked. Taking a look at the Heisman watch, Bo Scarborough is still leading the way. This guy had a huge day against Kentucky. 31 carries, 224 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns. Bryce Love, the running back from Stanford, he had a huge day as well. 5 catches for 117 yards, 14 carries for 81 yards, and 3 total touchdowns. And look who is on the board. Our freshman running back, Charlie Brooks, after his impressive performance against ULM, 24 carries, 150 yards, 3 touchdowns, he moves into 3rd on the Heisman watch list. Ronald Jones from USC, he's 4th right now. He had an okay game against Utah, 13 carries, 102 yards, and a touchdown. And Keller Christ, the quarterback from Stanford, he rounds out the top 5. He finished against Arizona State, 17 of 27 for 318 yards and 3 total touchdowns. So big shout out to our freshman running back, Charlie Brooks, doing the thing and getting some recognition for Grambling State. Taking a look at the players of the week in the Sun Belt, Charlie Brooks is your offensive player of the week, and J.J. Dallas from ULM, he's the corner that had 3 interceptions off of Austin. He is your defensive player of the week. So it's time to move to recruiting, and we welcome the first member of the class of 2019. Tackle Mark Griffin, 3-star prospect from Hawaii. He's a JUCO sophomore. I thought he was a junior. He is a sophomore. And guys, this is going to be our starting left tackle for the next 3 years. Look at my man's stats. He's got a 67 speed, 84 strength, 82 pass blocking, 85 run block, and an 85 impact block. This guy is going to be the cornerstone of our offensive line for the next 3 years, and I'm excited to have him on campus. So we check out the top of the board. Defensive end Marvin Goff still has Grambling State in the lead over Alabama. Rob Bradford is a battle between Notre Dame and Grambling State for the number 1 tight end in the country. Wide receiver Clint McCoy was on campus last week and enjoyed his time at Grambling. We have a huge lead now over North Texas. Same could be said about 4-star athlete Jermaine McConnell. He is excited about Grambling State. He has put Auburn and Alabama in his rearview mirror and has Grambling as his number 1 team right now. Cornerback Marcus Adkins has Grambling as his number 1 team, but it's a battle. LSU is creeping right back into the picture. Grambling State is still in the lead for 4-star corner Ron Bennett from Ohio. He's got Missouri and LSU on his short list, but as of right now, the lead is big for Grambling. We're in a battle for 4-star corner Tyrell Williams from Illinois. The number 8 corner in the country has USC LSU ahead of Grambling State, but don't think Grambling's going to pull out that quick. We are still in a battle, and we're still going to pursue him. 3-star athlete Joel Thomas was on campus this week and loved Grambling State. He has put Virginia Tech and Minnesota in his rearview mirror. 3-star corner prospect Kyle Green from Louisiana has Grambling State as his number 1 team. He has just announced his visit will be week 12 against Idaho. 3-star guard Otis Allen has Grambling State as his number 1 team as well. Navy and Army are in his rearview mirror, and he will be on campus week 12 against Idaho as well. The Tigers' lead continues to grow for Richard Maynard, the defensive end from Texas. New Mexico State and the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana Lafayette are in his rearview mirror. Grambling has added 3 new players to their recruiting board, including 4-star running back John Brock from Tucumcari, New Mexico. He's a gem, guys. 89 speed, 82 agility, 82 acceleration. He reminds me a lot of Charlie Brooks. If Grambling gets him in, expect him to get the red shirt his freshman year. The Scouts went all the way up to Washington to find 3-star corner Josh Flores. He's 6'1", 181. He's the number 71 ranked corner in the class. His skill set is pretty solid. 81 man coverage, 80 zone coverage. Speed will have to be worked on, and his agility as well. Look for him to get the red shirt as well his freshman year. The Tigers are looking for more linebacker help, and here's Lawrence Gonzalez. He's a 6'2", 203-pound linebacker from Jeannette, Pennsylvania. He's more of a coverage linebacker. Look for him to definitely get the red shirt his freshman year just to build up on these stats here. He's got to work on his agility. A 60 agility is not good at all. So comments down below. Let me know who you guys think will be the next prospect to sign with the Tigers. It's time to get ready for Week 8 as our Tigers travel down to Lafayette, Louisiana to take on the Raging Cajuns of the University of Louisiana Lafayette. Right now, the Cajuns are sitting at 2-3. They have losses against Mississippi, wins over Boise State. They've lost to New Mexico, beat La Tech, and lost to Cal. The Cajuns this year are led by senior quarterback Jordan Davis. He's thrown for 412 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. But it's not his arm we need to be worried about. The Cajuns are more of an option-type offense. Think Navy, Army. Their running backs are led by Trey Rages. He's got 111 carries for 548 yards and 6 touchdowns. Jordan Davis, the quarterback, 69 carries for 228 yards and 2 touchdowns. And their backup running back, Jordan Wright, 40 carries for 206 yards and 1 touchdown. Look for our defense to be definitely in the 4-4 all game. We need to make sure we have speed on the field and that we're tackling. Out wide, Michael Jaquette is Davis's favorite receiver. 22 catches for 265 yards and 3 touchdowns. Now, when they do go into passing formations, we have to make sure that we have our eyes locked in on Jaquette and not worry as much about Barnes. He's a solid receiver, but he doesn't seem to be getting the ball a lot. Same could be said for Jamarcus Bradley. On defense, the Cajuns are led by Tanner Holmes. He's a sophomore right outside linebacker. He's got 37 tackles on the year. Braden Bailey, a 70 overall coverage linebacker. He's got 26 tackles with 2 sacks. And safety Corey Turner, the 6'1 senior, has 24 tackles on the season. Up front, Ladarius Kidd is going to be a problem. The big defensive tackle has 2 sacks on the season, followed by Braden Bailey. Justin Middleton, the middle linebacker, has 1 sack, as well as Shazier Melbrew, there we go, has 1 sack on the year. In the secondary, Demarion Mitchell has 1 interception on the year, and so does Kamar Greenhouse. This should be an interesting matchup. We haven't faced an option team yet in this dynasty. And as you can see, Herbie is rolling with the Tigers. So comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Who's going to come out this game? Is it going to be the Tigers moving to 6-1, or does ULL go to 3-3 and get back to 500? Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new, and don't forget, jump on Twitter and Instagram. Follow your boy at Big C Guy Game. I'm posting about the Dynasty all the time over there on both social media sites. So make sure you guys are following your boy. In the next Tigers Den podcast, we'll go over stats, look at season stats, and get ready because we're about to go beat Louisiana Lafayette down in Cajun country. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.